Ontario is opening back up and events are returning. On July 16, the province entered stage 3 of its reopening plan, which allowed indoor dining with no capacity limits and for other services to open at an increased capacity. Indoor events of up to 25 people also became allowed and up to 100 people outdoors. It's the most normal we've seen in close to a year, and it's welcome news for those who have eyed a fully vaccinated summer. Michael Wood, co-owner of Ottawa Special Events, had to lay off nearly all his staff when the pandemic first hit. Business went down by 98% as people were told to stay indoors and gatherings weren't permitted. But now that's changing, a trend Wood hopes continues.
Yeah, definitely the new normal is what we're kind of looking at. We've been able to bring back some staff, haven't been able to bring back everybody. And, hopefully as we keep moving forward and into stage 4, for lack of a better term, we'll be able to, bring back all of the staff that wants to come back, and we'll be able to continue producing some of the biggest events in the National Capital Region.
On Wednesday, August 4th, Nepean MPP Lisa MacLeod, who is also the Minister in charge of Tourism, Culture and Sport Industries, announced that a one-time investment of $50 million would go towards Ontario's festivals and events this year, with $5.7 million going directly to Ottawa. That is more than 5 times the amount the province gave to Ottawa festivals and events last year. In total, 46 events, festivals and attractions in Ottawa will receive part of the funding, alongside hundreds across the province. Much of that money will go towards attractions that weren't even on our radar before the pandemic hit. Drive-in movies are making a comeback and events are carrying an even stronger virtual presence. Wood says as capacity limits also start to be reduced, wedding and party season is also making a comeback.
Yeah, so the events have started up again. There's been more weddings that have come in because weddings, you can have a larger gathering now for the weddings. Moving down the line, looking at September, things like Recovery Day have committed to firing back up, which is a big event down at City Hall. So, we're looking forward to whatever is going to keep coming forward. Once we get into the next phase, hopefully we'll be able to get back to normal.
But as the country begins to reopen, there are fears a fourth wave of the virus could follow as variants of concern start to spiral out of control. On August 7, Ontario reported 378 new COVID-19 infections, doubling in about a week. There are 138 Ontarians in hospitals due to the virus and 111 people in intensive care units around the province. Cases in Ottawa, however, appear to be remaining low, with over 80% of the city's eligible population receiving at least one dose of a COVID vaccine. This week, Carleton University announced all students who live on residence or play on a sports team must be vaccinated, a move Ottawa University already announced a few weeks ago. As students get ready to return to school for in-person learning for the first time in months come September, there are concerns the virus will start to spiral out of control again. Wood, who has been advocating for small businesses since the pandemic first began, said no matter what happens, a plan needs to be put in place so businesses don't have to shut down again if we enter a fourth wave.
I would hope that the government's learned throughout all of this that the lockdowns aren't the best scenario. People lose their jobs, people lose their livelihoods, their businesses, their homes in some cases, and it's made it incredibly trying on not only families and their livelihoods, but their mental health. So it's important that if we are going to find ourselves in a fourth wave, that we do have other solutions other than just locking down the economy.
One of the greatest parts of Ontario reopening as we near stage 4 is that events are making a comeback, a sense of normality that we've all been lacking. Just a few days ago, there was a carnival held within Canada. There was a Ferris wheel, merry-go-round, and of course the best part, fair food. I know that's what I've been missing the most. And in the middle of the month, a classic car show will be held in Barrhaven for about 100 spectators at a time. But the virus is still continuing to rage on, no more so than in the United States, which is continuing to report an uptick of new COVID infections. That, of course, comes after they loosened most of their restrictions, including dropping mask mandates. Now, here in the province of Ontario, health experts say masks will continue to be mandatory for at least a little while as we wait to see what happens in the fall, especially with variants starting to spiral out of control. Now today we did report over 300 new COVID infections within the province of Ontario. Not a big number for say, but a bigger number than what we've seen within a few weeks. So that of course is a concern, especially as students get ready to return back to the classroom for the first time within months in just a few more weeks. Charlie Sinak, UIN News, Ottawa.